Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Margarita Muradova, a personal stylist and wardrobe consultant from Ukraine, Kiev originally, but currently living in Portugal. And in today's video, we're going to talk about 4 main style mistakes almost everyone makes and how to actually combat them and correct them. And all of these mistakes are actually really common for people. And in my career of working as a personal stylist, which is more than 10 years now, oh my God, I've seen this repeated each and every time among different kind of people. So it doesn't matter necessarily what kind of a job you have or what kind of a lifestyle you lead. Most of the time, these are the mistakes that I see in my clients' closets all over the world, and I've seen a lot of them over the last 10 years. And this is something really simple you can correct in order to have a very efficient wardrobe. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first style mistake almost everyone makes is having more clothing for the exciting part of your life, which is usually like 10% of your life, but then having almost no clothing or like a very limited amount of clothing for the routine-like part of your life, which is like your everyday. So for example, having a lot of party dresses and a lot of heels, even if you go to parties once a year, because this is the exciting part, this is something gets you going, this is something that inspires you. And buying office clothing and clothing for the office environment is not that fun. But then again, this is the majority of your life, and the majority of your time within your life and lifestyle, everyday life, is dedicated to going to the office, for example. But you have not a lot of clothing for that part. Or for example, you love summer and you hate all other seasons, which usually happens for my clients. So what ends up happening basically is they have a lot of crazy cool summer clothing because they're excited for the summer that's to come, but there's only actually 3 months of summer, and for all the other 9 months through the year they have a very limited amount of clothing because they're not as excited about these seasons. So what ends up happening is when you get into your closet within the time that you're like very routine like, or within the season you're not necessarily really excited about, you don't have a lot of options within your closet to choose from. So this makes it even worse in a way, because not only you're not really excited about this part of your life or this season, but also this gets exaggerated by the lack of clothing and your inability to show your personality via your style and this instrument of fashion that we have. So therefore, what you need to basically do, and what ends up working for most people, is to actually look at your lifestyle and look at it as a diagram. So basically, the percentage of a life or a percentage of your usual routine week that you dedicate to a specific activity, this specific percentage, like same percentage, needs to be distributed within your clothing. So if the majority of your week is in the office, you need to have more office clothing. If the majority of your week actually is at home, or you're like a stay-at-home mom, or you work from home, which ended up happening for a lot of people after the coronavirus, you need more home clothing, so more homeware, for you to be more excited about being at home and working at home and creating this specific atmosphere and environment for yourself, but also not to feel like you're limited, and also to feel like you're able to express yourself with clothing even if you're at home. So basically, what you need to do is to reflect how your life is and your life routine in your closet for it to work effectively for you. The next style mistake a lot of people make is creating a look that's really one-dimensional, because all the items within that look are chosen in a specific same style direction. So for example, if you want to look romantic, all of the pieces in your outfit are romantic, so like a very frilly, flowy, romantic printed flower dress and pink heels and a pink bag and like curls and a lot of makeup and like pink nails, etc., etc. So then again, this look ends up looking kind of plain and surface-like and one-dimensional because there's no layer to it in terms of style. So what I'd advise for people to do most of the time and what works for them is pick one style, for example, you want to work with. So you want to look romantic, but don't necessarily use all the items in an outfit that are explicitly romantic. So always mix up some basics or at least a different kind of style for that look. And the proportion I'd advise to go for is 80 to 20, so 80% of a romantic style and then 20 of something that's totally opposite in style or just like a basic item. So for example, if you want to look romantic, you can definitely have a frilly top, but then basic jeans or at least like a leather pant that's going to contradict and actually balance out the romanticness that's within that top already. And then again, after that, you end up looking more interesting. The outfit is more completed and it doesn't look, you know, the example that I usually give is Lady Gaga-like, so like stage-like or staged. So the outfit looks wearable and applicable to real life and therefore more interesting. The next style mistake we'll talk about is trying to match all the hardware and jewelry colors or finishes in your outfit to one another. So for example, you have a gold ring and a gold watch and a gold earring, and then you match the hardware of your bag, so that should be gold too, etc., etc. And then again, one thing that comes to mind is one-dimensional again, because everything is same. It looks too matchy in my opinion. So what I'd advise to go for is actually mix up metals within your look. So for example, you can definitely have the gold watch, but then if you're taking it back, that could have some silver hardware for it to look more interesting and for the look to look more easygoing, for it to look like you've put less thought and effort into each and every piece, and for it to end up looking more lively, livable, and real life-like. And one of the most common style mistakes most people make is not having enough basics or any basics for that matter in your closet. And therefore, so the way it goes usually is you open up your closet or you walk into your closet and what you see is a lot of different crazy cool pieces, but it feels like you have nothing to wear. So one of the reasons you feel like that is because you have a lot of crazy pieces, but no pieces to balance these out and complete the look, for the look to not look completely crazy. So most of the time, you just don't have enough basics or no basics at all, and it could be easily corrected. And of course, the reason for that and the reason for this mistake to happen is basics are kind of boring for most people, and shopping for basics is boring as well. So it's obviously more exciting to go to the retailer online or offline and buy something colorful, something printed, etc., and not like a basic t-shirt, basic jean, etc., etc. But what ends up happening is that you have nothing to work with because all of the items are like their own playing fields and most of the time do not work together and match together necessarily. So what I'd advise to do, even though it's kind of boring, just dedicate some time and work out your basics for your lifestyle and your needs. So for someone that would be a plain white t-shirt, and for someone that would not be a t-shirt because there's nothing in their lifestyle that actually it requires a t-shirt. But then again, for someone who's working in an office environment, that would definitely be a couple of varieties of shirts, plain men's style poplin cotton shirts. And for someone who's like more relaxed in their lifestyle, that would not be necessarily something they need in their closet. So always play and go from something that you need and your requirements and needs, and then go to basics. But just take some time, at least a couple of days, to shop for basics, to make them fit you, fit your lifestyle, and have them in your closet. And after that, all the crazy cool pieces are going to work for you. They're going to work amazingly. You're going to be able to create balanced and wearable actual outfits out of your closet. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a lot of shopping that you do. It just has to be a couple of pieces that are going to complete your closet, and then you're done. So this is it for this video. Give a thumbs up to this video if you liked it. Subscribe to this channel if you're a newbie here and you like what you've seen, and see you in the next video. Bye!